going
After
live.
that shit's going crazy after that.
All right, folks, we are locked in, man. We're in the mock draft. We got some mock draft action going on. KBV Sports in the building. Got Marcus. You know what I'm saying?
We do.
Straight like that. So we're gonna get into it. We got the PFF mock draft going. So we got needs. We got what is this? Available players.
Yep, available players.
I got my big board up. Okay. Yeah, so I actually made my own big board so I can kind of see what's what. Okay. All right. So I got my big board. Close that. All right, so I'm on the clock. So the Jaguars are on the clock right now. And am I on the clock?
Yep, you're on the clock.
Okay. All right, so of course we're gonna go ahead and this is a pretty much a no-brainer for me. We're gonna go ahead and select Trevor Lawrence. Let me close this door real quick. Hold on, y'all. Gotta have quiet in the mock.
We need the music. The dun, 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 dun,
I know. I was just thinking about that. We need analysis. I was just thinking
what y'all want to hear? What y'all want to hear in the background, man?
No, we're talking about the little ESPN, the music.
Yeah, when the draft is in, yeah.
The pick is in, yeah. Trevor Lawrence, all right, go ahead and break down your pick.
Yeah, pick is. All right. How's that?
Hey, there we go.
There we go.
Pick is in. All right. So we're going to be picking Trevor Lawrence. He's the prototypical. He's going to be everything that the Jags need, man. So, he's a proven winner through and through. So I just like everything about the pick, man. He's a generational talent. There's really nothing you can't say about him. I mean, he played hurt against Ohio State in that game. So, I mean, I can't say enough about him, and I think he'll do great for the Jags. So I think that's a no-brainer. Not really much you got to think about there at the top. So let me go ahead and put that in.
All right.
And yeah. So Trevor.
All right. So I'm next on the screen here. We're going top to bottom for the people at home. I will be going in through the draft order. So next on the clock is the Jets. Everything that all the reports say that Zach Wilson's going to the Jets. So we'll go ahead and make that pick. I see there is some talent there. He has a lot of.
Now, is that based off of reports, or is that what you actually feel? Do you think that's the best pick for them?
I think that's what's going to happen. Based off of everything. I mean, Adam Schefter texted Zach Wilson, "Welcome to New York."
Yeah.
Adam Schefter has more.
Adam Schefter, he be knowing.
He knows. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
For him to text Zach Wilson, that's what's going to happen. So I won't even go against the grain with this pick. Not yet. We're gonna have some surprises later. But yeah, Zach Wilson. He has some arm talent. He can throw off of different platforms. Ability to roll left, roll right. You know what I'm saying? To be able to do the ability, and the key factor for him is going to be how he adjusts to playing a different level of competition. We all know he was at BYU. Didn't really play a lot of tough teams. The best team he played all year in Coastal Carolina was his worst game. So we'll see how he does with, better competition in a scheme that's not as, dependent on kind of some of the easier reads that they had. So picks in. We'll go ahead and down to Marcus, pick 3.
All right. Mark, what you feeling, man? This is the first wild card right here.
Yeah, so of course I'm picking for the Jets, so that's hit or miss already. So
now you picking for the 49ers.
I'm sorry, I don't know what I was looking at. The 49ers. I think what everybody's been going with is Mac Jones right here, but I'm gonna go Justin Fields from Ohio State, the quarterback.
Yeah.
Just like Mel Kiper, I'm right there with Justin Fields as far as the second best quarterback in the draft right now. As far as just pure talent, he has great athleticism. He can make just about any pass. I mean, his pro day, he's had one of the more impressive pro days outside of Zach Wilson. And I think he fits into that West Coast system pretty good. Of course, he's gonna have to learn like the intricacies, read a little better as far as reading coverages. But I think the Shanahans are pump faking everybody with the Mac Jones and all that stuff, and I think they're going Justin Fields.
All right, you're on mute, Ty.
I was gonna say let's cue the music on that one. Hold on. So I gotta cue it before the pick is in.
Yeah, the pick is in.
All right. Here we go. Let me run that back. That was weak. All right. The pick is in, man. So we got the Falcons on the clock. The Falcons here, man. Everybody's saying, you know, they're gonna pull a Kyle Pitts just because that. I mean, I've heard all kinds of different things, man. I think that ultimately they're gonna want to get Matt Ryan some more protection. I mean, because he's been getting beat up. He definitely got beat up last season. So that's just what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking they go Panay Sewell here and maybe get him some help, get him some protection. I mean, you give Matt Ryan some time in the pocket and he can do damage to you. He's shown. So I think that's the. I mean, you can get him another offensive weapon, sure, but you know what's that really going to do if you know he didn't have any time to throw? You know, it could go either way with that one, man. Because on one hand, I want to give him Pitts. On the other hand, I'm like, but he needs help. You know, he needs that security. So I stick with my pick with Panay Sewell there. So at number 4. So he's a great offensive lineman. I mean, the guy has great feet. He's just your prototypical super athletic left tackle. A lot of them guys used to play like running back or DN. You know what I'm saying? Before they put on that size and stuff. So. That's just my thought. That's my thought there, man. I think Panay Sewell there. So
yeah, he's clean one of the paper prospects in this draft so far. All right, so number 5, that's me. I'm on the clock for the Bengals.
All right, let's run it.
All right, and the pick is in. The Bengals find themselves in this position on draft day. I think they need to sprint to the podium. Send the pick in as fast as possible. I'm going with Kyle Pitts here. I think Kyle Pitts is the best player in the draft. So I think if you get the opportunity to select a player with that level of talent, and especially, you know, slide him with Joe Burrow, your number 1 pick. Also T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd. You got a real you know, kind of young cast that's coming up and really able to do some things in the future. And, you know, he's 6'6", 245 pounds, running a 4.4, you know, 7-foot wingspan. It's just, you know, you don't find those guys. As Dan Mullen, the Florida head coach, called him, he's a unicorn. And to guard him, you're going to need a unicorn to guard a unicorn. That's the only person that can guard him. You know what I'm saying? So he proven from tight end to split out wide, flex, you know, off the hip, whatever it was in the slot, he produced. And produced it in a major way. So big pick for them. So we'll go ahead to number 6.
What did Mullen said? What did he say about him? He said he was.
He said that Kyle Pitts is a unicorn, and it takes a unicorn to be able to guard a unicorn. So unless you have a unicorn basically on your defense, you don't really have anybody to guard Kyle Pitts.
Oh, who can guard him though?
He's going to kill linebackers. I mean, he's going to be like Darren Waller, but with the route running of Travis Kelce. That's my comparison. Mm-hmm. So play style, body type, very similar to Darren Waller, but the way he can run routes is very similar to Travis Kelce because he's really is really better, to be honest, because he's
a better receiver than Kelce.
He's a receiver. Yeah. He moves like a receiver. Like the way he's able to get open, his suddenness, the way he can set you up, especially when he's flexed out wide, is rare. His rare ability. So pick 6, Marcus, you're on the clock with the Miami Dolphins.
All right, so we got Miami. We got those last 2 picks. Like I was saying before we even started, I think those picks 4, 5, 6 are going to be the keys of where everything starts to shake up a little bit. But for this pick, I think since the Dolphins have their guy in Tua, we could have a different conversation if we believe in him or not. But I think they're gonna try to, give him a weapon with this pick since Penei Sewell's off the board and Kyle Pitts is off the board. So I think you go with the best wide receiver available, which in this case would be Jamar Chase. Simply because I think Jamar Chase was a dog. He took off last year due to COVID, but I think in this class of receivers, he's the best. He has the physical traits, he has the athleticism, he has the speed, good hands, and
Question: do you think that year off? You think that year off is gonna be bother him at all?
No, not at all. In this day of time, maybe 5 years ago, you could have said that was a knock, but you can't knock rest right now. He's probably in his bag, probably in Miami somewhere, working on his craft.
Right.
He did look good. I think in any other draft, I think you probably would have went Devontae Smith in a better scenario. Right. But I think Jamar Chase right now, you have to get the best guy, and Jamar Chase is the best guy right now.
I like it. I like the pick, man. All right, so I guess I'm back on the clock here. So what we'll do, slide over, and we got the Lions on the clock, man. Let's get the Lions up here. Now this is a different pick here, man, because you got a lot going on there. You got new quarterback, new new coach. Just a lot going on in Detroit right now. So honestly, man, I can't say that I really believe in Dan Campbell as a coach. We didn't know what kind of impact has Dan Campbell had anywhere he's been. We don't know because he's never been a offensive coordinator, or you know what I mean. So I think it's a tough evaluation of him right now, but give him a chance just like all the other guys, and we'll see what he does. So, all right, let's do it. So we got the Lions on the clock, and the pick is in. I don't think this is a hard pick at all. Not after Jamar Chase is off the board. I know Devontae Smith weighed in supposedly at 166 pounds and 6 foot. He looks like sick. He looked like it. To me, he looked like he was about 6'2". But 6 foot? 6 foot ain't big, bro.
Neither is 160.
I think that's giving him an inch. I think he's probably really 5'11".
Listen, 6 foot is not big, bro. Especially when, because you like to think that that's something that you have going for you, that you're at least 6'2" or 6'3". If you're that slim, you know what I mean. You can at least go up and get the ball. He's obviously his tape speaks for itself, but you just worry, bro. You worry about.
You don't even know what his vertical is because he didn't test.
Yeah,
that's a lot. That's another question for me is.
Yeah.
Why didn't you test? Why didn't you run the 40? Why didn't you do the vertical, the 3-cone, the short shuttle?
And that's the only reason I picked Jamar Chase over him, just off of the size and those type of stuff that really doesn't matter because of the tape, but it in the NFL sense that does matter because you want size, you want durability.
It's not. Yeah, it's about durability to a certain point. But I don't think he slides past 7 because of durability. You know what I mean? I think he's too much of a shirt. He can get open. He's pretty much faster than. I don't think you need his 40 to see his, how he separates from anyone. I just think he's the behind Jamar Chase because of all that. Jamar Chase he's clean, bro. He's just clean. He's Teflon. So he's got the size. He's smooth in and out of his routes. He's tough. So, you just like him. You like his game overall. Devontae has the same upside. You just don't know. It's just that he has that question mark about his weight and all that other stuff. But so we're going to go ahead and put the pick in, man. Devontae Smith, man, going to the Detroit Lions here. So we get Jared Goff a weapon. Who else does he have? He's got Hawkinson at tight end. He's got a decent O-line.
They just lost Marvin Jones and Kenny Golladay.
Oh, that's why I say, bro, you gotta get him. You gotta get him some help. And really, if the Lions really don't want to wait and they want to see if they see how it's kind of. So if Kyle Pitts doesn't go 4 to the Falcons, I think they have to start thinking about seeing if they can move up. Because so that sets up Jamar Chase, Kyle Pitts, or Devontae Smith that you might be able to get at 7, right? So
I think that's still been a good spot because Jalen Waddle's still on the board.
Yeah. See, but I feel like they need a perimeter receiver, bro. The slot guy is great, but they need a
big guy.
They need somebody on the outside who can get down the field.
I think Jalen gonna be able to play on the outside. I know I'm probably in the minority in thinking in that, but I think
Jalen is bigger than I thought. Like, I think him and Devontae are probably off like maybe an inch or 2 from each other. Jalen's bigger than I thought. I think Jalen's probably like 6'1".
Jalen?
I think so.
I think he's shorter. He's like 5'10".
You think? Okay.
I think his explosiveness, not only as a runner but vertically, I think is what will give him the ability. If T.Y. Hilton can play on the outside.
Wait a minute, guys. I did not know. So they got him listed. So he's basically 5'11".
5'10". Yeah, Jalen Waddle 5'10".
He's Odell's size.
Well, Odell's like he's more about 6 foot. He's a little
Odell, but
Jalen long.
Long. So that's about the same. You know what I'm saying? He could play on the. He could be. He reminds me.
Why Hilton can do it, I don't see why Jalen Waddle can do it.
He reminds me a lot of Steve Smith too.
Yeah.
Smith.
Exactly.
He gets in and out real quick, like quick. Everything's quick.
So that's tough. Ooh, that's tough.
So whoever gets Jalen Waddle's a steal.
Speaking of that, on the clock right here. On the clock with the Panthers, and so that's a great segue into who I think is the pick for the Panthers right here. I think is a no-brainer. I think if you're able to add, Jalen Waddle, who's in my opinion the second best receiver in this draft behind Jamar Chase, you're able to add him to what you already got in DJ, and then what you already got in Curtis just left, but so now you kind of replace Curtis Samuel, so you got to replace that type of role. But yeah, they do have Robbie Anderson.
What's Curtis Samuel?
Washington.
Yeah, so they got DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, and then you add Jalen Waddle, who's you can now put in the slot, which is perfect for the situation. Especially when you just traded for Sam Darnold, you give him a weapon. So I think Jalen Waddle's the perfect fit right here.
All right, so there it is.
Now we got Denver.
Broncos on the clock here.
Yeah, so
all right.
Denver, I think they have not so many needs as a lot of picks in these in the top 10, but I think their main pick right now would be quarterback right here.
You think
yeah, I would go quarterback right here. If it lined up just like this for the Broncos,
right?
I think John Elway would probably lean towards a Mac Jones. Just strictly for prototypical. He gives you the size. He gives you the accuracy. I think of the quarterbacks left on the board, he's probably the safer pick just for those reasons. I think he could come in and be a day one starter, believe it or not. But I just don't think he's in that top level of guy in the draft. But I think he'll be a good pro. Probably won't change life, to speak, in Denver. But I think he'll be a solid franchise quarterback for them as far as a game manager. Denver's builds their team through the defense. So as long as they have a solid playmaker at the quarterback position who's not asked to do too much, I think Mac Jones could be perfect in that spot.
Dang, I didn't see that coming. Okay. So Mac Jones. I mean, well, I guess everybody's got him at 3 to the 49ers, so he slid a little bit farther than most people thought he would. So I dig it. We got Big Blue, man. So I'm back. I'm back on the clock with Big Blue.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see what we got here. Got available, man. So Big Blue. I had them pretty much.
No, you Cowboys.
I'm sorry. I'm too quick. Okay, so this is actually a easy pick for me. In my opinion, I think that it's an easy pick, but they have some. They have needs on defense. They have needs on offense too. So, I'm just thinking. Probably gonna go. Where did I have them? I have them going here. Patrick Surtain. So I like Patrick Surtain there. I think that's a solid pick. He's solid all the way around. He's probably the best corner, top to bottom. He can match up with number one receivers. Their biggest issue was defense. They had a pass rush. Their back end was just terrible. So I think they got out. They got Trevon Diggs. Still, he was a rookie. So I know Woozy plays more. He's more of a slot guy, and so you can stick Surtain out there on the island, and I think you'll be all right. You're happy to play man coverage, and pick your spots. They probably need they need safety, man. They need safety help. They haven't had. You need a top-notch safety, bro, like a Eric Berry. You need what I mean? You've been kind of been waiting on a let me fix that graphic because it's actually Cowboys.
The tough thing for the Cowboys, unfortunately, they're going to have to go best available player because they're not going to be able to get that safety at 10.
Yeah, I think
there's not a safety worth getting at 10.
Yeah, I think Merrick. I mean, it depends on how high of a grade you have on Merrick, but I think that's kind of moving him way up the draft. He is really nice though. He's a Texas, Texas area kid. But I think that's way too high for him. I kind of was looking. So here, I was looking at Patrick Surtain, and I was also looking at getting them another O lineman, so maybe a Rashaan Slater or somebody like that.
I could see Jerry doing that.
You know what I mean? Just getting a little bit more protection for Dak. But you can't go wrong with the shutdown corner. So, yeah, that's who I'm going with, Patrick Surtain. So we got Big Blue on the clock now.
All right. So I got the Giants. They spent a lot of money this offseason. One of the areas I don't think they really got to address was offensive line, and I think they're definitely going to have to protect Daniel Jones because, in my opinion, this is a make or break year for him. He had a very mediocre to below average year last year. So you give him some protection, give him a chance to see how successful he could be with all the tools and weapons. And if you can't perform, then I think you move on. So with this, I'm going to go Rashaan Slater. Tackle out of Northwestern. Great pick. I think, again, another one of the safer picks in the draft. Really good player, and it, gives them the ability to protect Daniel Jones, which in this year, leading up to this, all the money they spent, they pushed all the chips to the table and said, this is on you, Daniel. So we're going to see what he's made of this year. Rashaan Slater.
Yo, and that's the reason why I bought Daniel Jones rookie card, man. I think that boy gonna come up. He's gonna have Galladay. What are you gonna have? Galladay out there. He's gonna have Sterling Shepard. What's the name? Slayton was pretty good last year too. Darius Slayton.
Evan Ingram's still there. Saquon's coming back. No excuses.
It's gonna be a problem. What that defense looking like though?
They spent some money on the defense too.
They need what they. I feel like they need everything on defense though. Yeah. Well, they have They have Jabril.
I know they got Leonard Williams back. Yeah, they got Jabril Peppers.
Okay.
James Bradbury at corner. He's been holding it down.
Yeah,
he got a few pieces.
Yeah. All right. So
Eagles on the clock. Marcus is on you.
All right. So the Eagles right now, number 12, I think a lot of the offensive firepower that they probably would have went for is probably off the board right now at this selection. So I think at this point you want to try to upgrade your defense with the best guy available right now. And I don't really like this pick, but I would say Michael Parsons for the Eagles. He's the best guy available right now. Um, he's one of those Penn State linebackers that could do it all. He could go out in coverage. He could rush the passer. Uh, he feels the need for Philadelphia. Brandon Graham, he's getting old. Fletcher Cox getting old. So you kind of want to bring in some new blood. Bring in a young dog that could wreak havoc for your defense.
I didn't like his tape, dog. I didn't like Micah Parsons. No, bro. If you look at Micah Parsons' tape, bro, 90% of that tape is blitzing, bro. Like I want to see this man like dropping coverage. They blitz him. They blitz a lot. He doesn't make many plays on the ball.
And because
I thought he dropped the coverage pretty good.
You got
yeah.
Jason Way isn't a great pass rusher, and they don't really have anybody. So they kind of had to. He kind of had to be a jack of all trades, in my opinion. Again, I don't know the schema, from the coach's point of view, but I think it was more of a way for them to get pressure.
Yeah,
but I think Micah, he's going to be a solid pick for them. He's not the once in a generation linebacker that we seem to have every year, or edge rusher that we seem to have every year, but he's not. He's not. He is.
That's what. That's what I was like. You don't think he is? You don't think?
I don't think he's that once in a generation guy. To be honest, but I think he's a hell of a player. I think he'll be a good.
I think he's a notch or two below where Patrick Willis was coming out.
I'll say this. I'll tell you this. I don't think he's the best linebacker in the draft.
Who do you think's the best linebacker?
I couldn't tell you who's the best.
My best linebacker, if you ain't seen his tape, Zaven Collins from Tulsa.
I like Zaven.
Oh yeah, number 23. Yeah, he's gonna be a day two. He's gonna be a day two, bro. He's gonna be a day two.
He's a problem.
He's gonna be a day two just because he's from Tulsa.
He is a complete football player, bro.
He's a dog, bro.
Yeah.
And he was a quarterback in high school.
And he's 6'4", 260, and can run.
Yeah, he can run.
He was a quarterback and didn't get recruited. That shit crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's hard to knock it. I mean, Zaven had a hell of a year this year.
Yeah. He's my favorite linebacker, but I know
I think he's day two. I like him.
I would not, bro.
I think he's back to first. I think he's sweet.
I would not be. Listen. I'm telling you, if there's anybody that, because there's always that one pick that everybody thinks goes too high, like when they picked who the Falcons picked Terrell last year. Didn't they pick him pretty high? The Falcons,
the corner. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like they picked him pretty high. I mean, there's always somebody like who gets picked at like 10, and you'd be like, "Oh, everybody's, we didn't see that coming."
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
If
like,
he gets picked at 10,
but Zaven Collins though, I think somebody's gonna value him, bro. Like, if you see everything that this man does, how many picks did he have?
He had like 3 or 4 this season, 2 tuds. He had 2 tuds this year.
Yeah.
And he fills the hole, and he slips blocks.
I think he led the nation in tackles too. He led the nation in tackles too.
It's just I think he's very high on people's board, and I just think everybody's mum on it. Ain't nobody trying to talk about it. I think he's
I could buy that. I could buy that, but I think Michael by far he'll be the first one on.
Yeah.
I mean, he runs 4.344. Yeah, I mean, at 245, 6'3", it's hard. That's why I look at it, because he's a high end athlete at traditional linebacker size. You know, he's gonna be 6'3", 250, which is like the old school style of linebacker size, but it's gonna be the new age build like a Patrick Willis. You know what I'm saying? Type of guy. It's faster.
But to your point, Tyra, I think that guy. I think he has a longer career. If I project careers, I think he has a longer career than Michael Parsons, just for that dog.
You're talking about Collins does?
Yeah. I think he has a longer career.
Okay, I can dig it. So we got the Chargers on the clock now. Chargers are on the clock, y'all. So let's see what we got here. We got Trey Lance still on the board. You got Barmore, Darisaw. Who else you got? J.C. Horn, Trevon Merrick.
Cormo,
Who's that? Go back up.
Farley.
Will Farley. Got Rashad Bateman. I had Rashad Bateman kind of 20th on my board.
Yeah, I had him in the 20s.
Trey Lance is still on the board at 13.
There's still some good players.
Yeah, there's some good players. Right here, man. Right here, what I would probably do with them is, I mean, they got two wide receivers. They can probably get a slot guy in the second round. So I'm thinking they go cornerback here, and they probably go with Farley from. I think they go with Farley from Virginia Tech. I really like his really like his tape. He's big. He moves really well for a big guy. A ball hawk, catches a lot of picks. I just like his tape. He's clean. I don't know how I feel about him kind of sitting out the year. I feel like he sat out kind of early, but it turns out he had some injuries too. So I think he was one of the first guys to kind of opt out because he was probably like, look, I got an injury that I could probably heal up, 3 to 4 months. And instead of playing through the season, I can heal up, train, and be ready for the draft, which I respect that. I think a few of the higher rated guys did that. And he didn't, and the fact, like, he wasn't like a first tier, like surefire first rounder, right? When he did that. So he kind of bet on himself. He probably was in the first round, but he wasn't like top.
Yeah,
he wasn't around the top 10, right? So I think he bet on himself, and he bet on, his tape, which turns out it held up because there wasn't really anybody else who kind of showed out to take his spot where he was at. So I think that's a good spot to be in. So we'll take Fairley at 15. They solidify the back end. They need help on the back end. They got Bosa up front. They got some pieces. I think they lost Perryman at linebacker, so they're probably going to need a middle linebacker at some point in the draft. They're getting Derwin James back. They have a lot of holes on defense, man. They got a lot of holes on defense, and they need a running back too. So they could go a couple different ways here, but I think they value their pass coverage, and try to shore that up a little bit. So Caleb Farley. And we got Minnesota on the clock next. So
yeah, this is an interesting spot right here with the Vikings. They're able to do a few things in free agency with some of their signings. But the thing for me, I'm stuck in between two spots. I kind of want to go O-line, give them Christian Darisaw, give them something to solidify, but they also kind of brought a few guys back as well. Kind of addressed the cornerback situation a little bit as well. So I'm going to go with the hometown kid on this one because I think the offensive line is still some good value in the second round at offensive line, especially at tackle. So we're going to go with the hometown kid and Rashad Bateman. On the field, the slot left by Stephon Diggs with Rashad Bateman. That hole was still kind of there last year. They didn't really have, with Justin Jefferson, but being able to kind of have an additional person because Adam Thielen's been on the trade block.
Yeah,
a lot of going on with him. So, we'll see what happens with if they're able to keep him or whatever they're gonna do with him. But we're being replaced with Rashad Bateman. They hit on back-to-back first-round picks. I think it's the future. I think Rashad Bateman, he's 6 foot 190, exactly what Stephon Diggs was coming out. Very similar tapes, remind me of each other. So I think they take the hometown kid right here at pick 14.
Good. Sounds good. All right. The Patriots on the clock. So I thought this was a weird spot for the Patriots because typically speaking, Bill Belichick doesn't go for a quarterback in this position typically, but how the draft's lining up right now. Originally I had J.C. Horn going right here in my mock draft, but I'm leaning towards this Trey Lance right here. Trey Lance just for the future aspect. I think this is more of not really Bill Belichick making the move as far as trying to win. I think he's really just trying to set up the future right now. I think him and Josh McDaniels are like this right here, and I'm more so picking this off of Josh more so than a Bill Belichick. I think Cam Newton probably has one more solid year in him, and I think they're slowly. Not Cam Newton like athleticism, but he has that athleticism to do Cam Newton like things, yeah. And and obviously he has that experience coming from the FCS, North Dakota State, and then he didn't play last year as well. So I think this is a good buffer year for him to just sit there, learn the system, and also learn from the MVP. And hopefully be ready for 2022 season. So I think Trey Lance, and especially he's the best quarterback right now, and I think arguably you could say he's a top 3 quarterback getting picked number 15. So
I mean that's a good pick.
Good pick.
I agree. I think if he's still on the board at this point, I think you got to take a swing at it. If you miss, but nobody would be mad at you for you didn't trade up for it. You didn't
exactly. That's why
it fell into your lap. So it's one of those. But you take it. And there's no pressure because you do have
right. In my original mock draft, I actually had the Patriots trading up for Mac Jones.
Me too.
Mac Jones, and then.
Bruh.
And then they're gonna get J.C. Horn right here. But I think if they're able to sit firm, Trey Lance is right there. You gotta get him, like you said.
Bro, are you serious? Trey Lance, bro. The crazy thing is, bro, is in my original mock, I had them getting Mac Jones. 15.
I had them trading up for Mac Jones.
Yeah. I feel like people are saying Mac Jones is a pick at 3, but I feel like that's just bluff, bro. Like, I think they really want Justin Fields, bro.
I say that too.
I do, because I feel like they. You got to think about what kind of quarterback Kyle Shanahan has had, and he's lost both times, right? He's had the pocket quarterback.
Kirk Cousins, Matt Ryan,
and he's had Matt Ryan,
Kirk Cousins,
did he? Oh, he did have Kirk Cousins too.
Washington. Yeah.
Kirk Cousins. He's had nothing but. So if it don't work, did he have RG3 at some point, or was he there? Was he?
Yeah. So I was just gonna bring up that point. One of his most successful years as an offensive coordinator,
running that spread,
was with RG3 his rookie year. They were really efficient. A lot of his schemes were wide. A lot of stuff was wide open because different ways you got to play. You know what I'm saying? So those overalls, deep posts, a lot of those staple concepts that are in his playbook.
Yeah.
I think it's perfect. And all the throws that are in Kyle Shanahan's offense, Justin Fields makes those all the quick screens. You know what I'm saying? Being able to get the ball out. And the field read. So I think.
What do you think about Trey Lance? You think that's the prototypical New England like?
No, that I just got done saying it's not. But I think just the way the NFL's moving, that you have to have a certain style offense to be successful.
Right.
It's no more. handing the ball off. Good teams still run the ball, but you need a quarterback that's a dual threat and can wing it. And I think Trey Lance is, like I said, not a top 3 quarterback in this draft right now, but he could do all those things. He could run the ball. He could wing it. You might have to coach him up a little bit, but I think being in New England system, for a year, Bill Belichick gets everybody right. Any quarterback could go in that system, basically.
Yeah, I respect it. I like it. I feel like he would actually do really good in Josh McDaniels' offense because it's shotgun. You know what I mean? It's fast moving, quick stuff. So I like it. All right, so we got the Arizona Cardinals on the clock, man. So we got tight end needs. What do they say they need? Is that what does that say? D. What is it? What is that in the middle?
What?
So
interior defensive lineman.
Okay. And a cornerback. So who's their cornerback, right? They just lost Pat P. I think they would be really happy here if JC Horn was on the clock, was here available at 16, because everybody has him going 12 to the Eagles or higher, or to the Giants. So I think if JC Horn is still on the clock right here, I think that's a no-brainer. The kid is a dog, so
yeah, I think that's a good pick for him. I think he'll fit.
Yeah,
especially with the secondary that they're building with Byron Murphy, Buda Baker.
He's a dog on that outside too, man. He's chippy. He's chippy and he's big. I think he did like 20. Did he do 20 reps on the bench? Something like that. I think he did 20. Yeah, on mute, Marcus.
20, I think 23 or something.
20, yeah. Ooh, he was a big boy too.
Yeah,
he's a big boy. He's probably
he's the most physical corner in this draft.
He's physical. Yep.
Yeah, he's probably close to 6'1". So I like JC Horn out there, man. That gives him somebody who can match up like Pat P was. Pat P, bro, I just don't think they understand. They're gonna find out though. That man takes away one side of the field and it'd be quiet, bro. I'm talking about quiet. It'd be real quiet over there. You don't see.
He had some struggles in a few games last year. I think they felt like it was time to move on.
Yeah. I think so, but I think he's still really, really good.
Oh yeah, he's still high quality. I mean, he's still better than most of the average corner for sure.
He's never had to have that chip on his shoulder year though. So I think he might play like he's not good enough anymore. I think it's tough when somebody says you're not good enough anymore and they move on. So
and he was juicing, and they say you ain't good enough no more.
He was juicing, was he?
Yeah, remember he got PEDs? He got popped for PEDs.
He did.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if it was this past season, but it was might have been the season before.
It was the boy. Yeah, now you said it was the first 8 games.
I think they could pop for sure. Right. Yeah, man. So I'm going JC Horn. So we got the Raiders on the clock here. Got my brother's Raiders. My brother's in Las Vegas now, so I told them Raiders were still trash, though.
Definitely trash.
Who's got? That's you.
It's a couple good offensive linemen.
Raiders are so tough, bro. It's like, are you building around Derek Carr still, or?
So I think the best thing here would probably be to go offensive line. So I think we're going to go Christian Darrisaw right here.
Darrisaw, I like it. Line, right?
Add some protection on the offensive line, especially since they just let go of Brown, the tackle, who ended up back at the Patriots now. So now you add another offensive lineman there, especially for Josh Jacobs and Derek Carr. So, or whoever the quarterback's going to be there. So, add some protection. Good pick for him.
All right, I like that. So Darrisaw, but I I think we're gonna wrap right here, man. We can pick up tomorrow if you guys want to go. If that sounds good, we'll pick up at 17 and we'll finish off.
So join us for part 2, man. It's gonna heat up a little bit. I got a trade in mind.
You got a trade in your back pocket?
Yeah, I got a trade in my back pocket. So I'm gonna have to call one of y'all.
You gotta draw 4. Yeah, you gotta draw 4.
We got to do some business for part 2.
I like
especially
it.
With my Ravens.
We're 18 on the clock now. Who we got left? We got
who are the top 5 left? Who are the top 5 left?
You got top 5 players. So you still got Barmore. Yep.
So you got Barmore, Marig, Jeremiah Wusu, who's a really good player. I really like his team.
I like him a lot.
If he was any bigger, he'd be the number 1 linebacker.
I don't know.
I like him a lot, bro. I like him a lot.
If he was Carson's size, he'd be the best linebacker in the last 10 years.
Yep.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Yep.
Do you think that's going to stop him from being great, though?
No.
Not at all.
I see him like a Telvin Smith, bro. I see him he might not be as athletic as Telvin Smith, but he can do everything. Like
I think he is. I think he can because he can run. Like he was running with.
Yeah, he's fast. He's very fast. But I think Telvin just had that.
Telvin was probably the biggest you'll ever find at linebacker in the 5th round, bro. Like that man was crazy.
Telvin was something different. Yeah, he was different.
Do you think he could still come back and play though?
Nah, he lost the stuff.
Once
he done lost the stuff.
Yeah,
he done been out the game. What 3 seasons? He done lost his stuff.
I thought it was just last year, wasn't it? Or no, was it the year before?
It might have been 2.
He opted out He opted out 2019 before 2019.
He didn't play. He played Jalen's last year, right? So I guess he
opted out the year after they went to the championship, I think.
Okay. He didn't run it, but he's 6'1". He's 6'1", 221. Jeremiah Wusu.
Yeah. I don't like a lot of Notre Dame defenders, but that guy right there, he's nice.
He's 221.
Yeah, spot what Telvin was.
Would you think he would be good enough to move to safety? Could he play strong? Is he
possibly?
It depends. He'll have to be in the box.
On the system. If he was playing like in the Seahawks system, like if he was in the Jamal Adams,
yeah.
I'll have to look at his tape.
He's a dog.
So we got
any surprises of anybody y'all see left on the board before?
Has anybody seen Greg Newsome play from Northwestern?
I did a while back.
I haven't. Not really.
I got a brief fresh on him.
Elijah Moore, I haven't seen him play either. Kwity Paye, I've seen it. I really like Kwity Paye though.
It's no real surprises. I think this is how the draft would probably not pick by pick, obviously, but I think this is how the draft would play out pretty much to this point. Yeah. I don't think a lot of defenders would be gone by this point.
We can recap that real quick.
Yeah.
Some of the picks. Some of the picks has happened so far.
So we got Trevor Lawrence to the Jaguars. We got Zach Wilson to the Jets. Justin Fields to the Niners. Penei Sewell to the Falcons. Kyle Pitts to the Bengals. Jamar Chase to the Dolphins. Devontae Smith to the Lions. Jalen Waddle to the Panthers. Mac Jones to the Broncos. Patrick Surtain II to the Cowboys. Rashaan Slater to the Giants. Michael Parsons to the Eagles. Caleb Farley to the Chargers. Rashad Bateman to the Vikings. Trey Lance to the Patriots. And J.C. Horn to the Cardinals. And Christian Darrisaw to the Raiders. I think everybody would be pretty happy. I think everybody.
What's the biggest surprise of the night?
I think Trey Lance to the Patriots, in my opinion.
I would say the Mac Jones to the Broncos. I just think everybody is going to be set on Mac Jones going to the.
Bro, that'll be a decision that they'll have to make, bro, when it gets to that point. But we can have this conversation offline. But we'll see you guys tomorrow for the second part of our mock draft. Have a good night. We'll see y'all.
Yes, sir. Y'all take it easy.
Sure.